Holy crap, wait till you guys see what I have in store for you today regarding the economy and the housing market. The conflicting media information is enough to make your head spin. Check out this short video clip.
And wages, a big part of this report, outpaced inflation and rose a healthy 4.1% compared to a year ago.
The economy remains very strong. The consumer real incomes are rising. Real spending has been going up, nor do we see a recession on the horizon.
Normal costs like groceries, gas, and housing are all rising. Add in the resumption of student loan repayments, and it's creating the perfect rising debt storm.
Americans are skipping out on some of their credit card payments because household budgets are squeezed due to higher borrowing costs.
So the takeaway from that is simple. The economy and the housing market look strong, but it's really an illusion built on mountains of consumer debt. Gas, groceries, car, and mortgage payments are choking people more than ever before, and you're about to see why it's likely going to get worse. Stay tuned. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the U.S. economy, the U.S. real estate market, and specifically the Las Vegas real estate market, then definitely subscribe to the channel down below. Number two, if you happen to like the content in today's video, make sure to press that thumbs up like button, guys. That would really help the channel out. And number three, if you are thinking about relocating to beautiful Las Vegas, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. Let's dive into the video. So the problem with the government and the media is that they continue to tell us that the economy is chugging along just fine. But what they fail to see is the real struggle and the debt that millions of people are in right now, just trying to keep their heads above water, especially when it comes to the housing market. Check this out.
I will never be able to afford a house. I will never be able to afford a house.
No one that works a full-time job should be facing homelessness. And that's what my family is facing right now.
Being completely radicalized by the rental housing market right now, I cannot believe that you can pay over $300 in non-refundable fees just to apply for an apartment.
Big part of the reason why social life here in America is getting more and more difficult has to do with the fact that nobody can afford decent housing.
Everybody in America kind of knows, like, it's over.
That right there is the way millions of people are living right now, while most of the legacy media continues to spew out their propaganda. Just take a look at this recent post from the wealthiest person in the world, Elon Musk. I'm going to put it up here on screen and read it to you. The propaganda level in legacy media has become tediously high, but also remarkable for how almost all legacy media repeat the same lies verbatim. The bottom line is that things are not good for most people. Most people are running out of money and taking on massive amounts of debt, and a huge part of that is because of the outrageously high housing costs going on right now in this country. Now, speaking of this overinflated housing market, I want to drill down specifically into the real estate market and show you in this next graphic the top 10 cities where homes are most overvalued. All right, so I want to first start with this webpage where you can see the headline right there where it says top 10 cities with overvalued home prices. Now, the subheadline there, if you can't read it, says top 10 metros where home prices are heavily overvalued compared to their long-term norms compared to income. So let's start over on the left side. Number 10 is Miami, Florida at a 33% overvaluation. Number 9 is Tampa, Florida at almost 34%. Number 8 is Charlotte, North Carolina at 34%. And number 7 is Spokane, Washington at almost 35%. Now, number 6 is Huntsville, Alabama at just over 35%. Number 5 is Ogden, Utah at also just over 35%. Number 4 is Dallas, Texas at almost 36%. And number 3 is Knoxville, Tennessee at just over 36%. And number 2 on the list is Lakeland, Florida at almost 38% overvalued. And number 1 on the list is Port St. Lucie, Florida at 40% overvalued. So a couple things to point out here. Number 1, 5 out of these 10 cities are located in the state of Florida. And number 2, it just goes to show you how overvalued some of these cities are and how much room there is for them to fall. Now, just to drill down a little bit deeper into the real estate market, I happen to be located here in Las Vegas, which is basically the most popular and most moved to city in the country virtually every month. I want to show you how quickly the real estate market is changing here. Take a look at this. All right, so now I want to drill down more specifically into my neck of the woods here in the Las Vegas area. I'm on the popular real estate website, realtor.com, and I just happen to type in the words price reduced homes for sale in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you take a look up here on the upper left side, it says 679 homes right there in that small text. So that just goes to show you not only are there several thousand homes for sale here in the Las Vegas area, but almost 700 homes popped up in terms of home price reductions. All right, so obviously I'm not going to go through the hundreds of homes that have been reduced in price here in the Las Vegas area, but I want to just show you a few examples at all different price points and all different kinds of price reductions here. So if we just take a look at these three right here below my picture, you could see the one on the left, it's been reduced only $2,000. So again, it's a very small drop. This one in the middle is $335. It's been reduced $32,000. This one on the right, brand new construction, this has dropped $31,000. If we scroll down a little bit deeper, this one in the middle, $625 has been reduced $35,000. This one on the right, $900,000 has just been reduced $31,000. And the list just keeps going on, especially for new home construction here in the Las Vegas area. So there's a lot of homes for sale, not only in the Las Vegas area, but actually at a reduced price, especially on new construction. All right, so now I want to drill down a little bit more specifically into the Las Vegas real estate market. I'm on the popular real estate website Zillow, and I want to show you guys a few specific examples of homes for sale here in the Las Vegas area, starting at the luxury price point level and then working down closer to the average price, which here in Las Vegas is about $450,000. So I want you guys to take a look at this home. On the bottom left, you can see this home is currently listed at $2.6 million. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 5,200 square foot home. But more importantly, I want to show you guys down in the price history chart down below the price reduction that's happened on this particular home, just to show you the kind of reality check a lot of sellers are facing now. Whether you're at a luxury price point level or an average price point level, price reductions are now happening across the Las Vegas Valley in droves. And I want to show you guys that right now. All right, so take a look down here in the bottom left where I highlighted this in blue. You can see the date on the far left. If you can't read that, that says 10/29/2020. So a little over 3 years ago, if we follow this across to the right, it says that this home was sold for $1,740,000. Now, if we look just above it, it says 8/23/22. So that means in less than 2 years, they listed this home for sale for a whopping $3,750,000, or over a 115% increase in less than 2 years. That's absolutely preposterous. Home prices never appreciate like that in less than 2 years. Many times that doesn't happen in 20 years. So they haven't been able to find a buyer. So if we scroll up here, you can see the price reductions happening. 3.6, 3.2, 3 million, 2.7, and now right at the top here, it almost was contingent at 2.6, but it obviously fell out and it's been relisted again for $2.6 million. So this home has dropped over $1.1 million from the original list price of $3.75 million to the current list price at $2.6 million. The reason why I'm showing this to you guys, even though I know a lot of people, the majority of people, can't afford a luxury home like this, it just goes to show you that a lot of sellers, even today, are still thinking it's 2022, and even back then, they could never find a buyer at $3.75 million because this home is not even close to that kind of price point valuation. And now at $2.6 million, over $1 million on a reduction, that's a 30% reduction, there's still no buyer. And that just goes to show you a lot of these sellers still are way overpriced on their homes. And I expect this to continue, especially in the luxury market and even down closer to the average price points. All right, so now let's take a look at this second example of a home for sale here in the Las Vegas area. Now we're coming way down in price, closer to the average price point here in Las Vegas. You can see on the lower left, this home is currently listed at $569,000. Just above it in that small red text, it says price cut of $10,000. That happened about 2 weeks ago. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,000 square foot home. But again, more importantly, I want to show you guys the price chart history here and how much of a reduction has happened in just the last 4 months or so. Let's take a look at that right now. All right, so again, take a look down here in the bottom left. That date right in the bottom left says 8/24/2023. So that's just about 5 months ago. This home was originally listed for sale for $650,000. They have not been able to find a buyer, and they have since reduced this home price 7 different times in the last 5 months. You can see just above it, 640, 625, 615, 600, 590, 580, and now currently listed right at about $570,000. So now here's the thing. If we scroll up and we take a look at this green chart right next to my picture, take a look at the far right there, right where I'm moving that arrow right there. That's a big drop off in price over the last few months on this particular home. In fact, if we scroll up a little bit higher, take a look over there on the far left where it says estimated market value. The Zillow's estimate, the way Zillow estimates the market value of this home, they currently have it at $549,000. Now, I've looked at the price point on this and I've taken a look at some of the comps. This is a pretty accurate estimate. So just think about this. The reason why I'm showing this to you guys is 5 months ago, the sellers had this home listed at $650,000, and in 5 months, it's come down $100,000. So again, guys, this just goes to show you the changing of the real estate market, especially here in Las Vegas. 5 months ago, this home was $100,000 more than what it is right now. So again, patience is the prudent play, in my opinion. You don't even have to be at a luxury price point to see massive price reductions happening across the Las Vegas Valley, and I'm sure it's happening in other parts of the country. So if you have time on your side and you can be patient, I think this is going to continue as we go through 2024. All right, so let's take a look at this third example of a home for sale here in the Las Vegas area. Now, this home is actually located in Henderson, Nevada, which is the adjacent city to Las Vegas. It's only about 15 minutes away. You can see on the lower left, this home is currently listed at $675,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,400 square foot home on just over a 5,600 square foot lot. But again, more importantly, I want to show you guys the price chart history down below because this one's pretty shocking. Let's take a look at that right now. All right, so again, take a look down here in the bottom left where I highlighted this in blue. That date on the bottom left says 6/14/2023. So that's 7 months ago. This home was listed for $560,000. They were not able to find a buyer. Now, if we take a look up above it, you can see small price reductions happening over the last 7 months until finally, right here at the top, right where it says 8/25/2023, it says sold right there. It sold for $480,000. All right, so again, I highlighted this sold statistic right here in blue. So at the end of August, this home sold for $480,000. Just 2 months earlier, they tried selling it for $560,000 and it finally sold at $480,000. That's an $80,000 price reduction in just 2 months. But here's where it gets crazy. Take a look at the very top where it says November 8th, 2023. That's only 10 weeks later. The sellers decided to list the home for $695,000. That's a $215,000 price increase in just 10 weeks. So here's the thing. Even if these buyers got a really good deal in this home for $480,000, there's no way you can justify a home going from $480,000 up to about $700,000 in just 10 weeks. That simply does not happen. A lot of these sellers are living in fantasy land. That's why I keep showing you guys all of these examples, because you got to be cautious when you're thinking about buying and bidding on a home. You have to have an experienced realtor run the comps for you, and you want to make sure you put in the right kind of offer. You don't want to just put in an offer just because the sellers are listing it at these absurd price points. All right, so let's take a look at this fourth and final example of a home for sale here in the Las Vegas area. You can see on the lower left, this home is currently listed at $450,000, which is the median price point now in Las Vegas. Now, in that small red text just above it, it says price cut $25,000, which happened about a week ago. So about a week ago, this home was listed at about $475,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,100 square foot home. But again, I want to show you the price chart history down below, the roller coaster ride on this particular home's pricing. Okay, so let's take a look down here in the bottom left where I highlighted this in blue. That date in the bottom left says 10/19/2023. So that's just about 3 months ago. This home was sold for $371,000. But what I want you guys to do is take a look just above it right there. That date says 11/22/2023. So 1 month later, after this home was sold for $371,000, look what they tried to list this home for, $500,000. That's a $130,000 price increase approximately in 1 month. Now, I don't care if the buyers were investors and they got a really good deal in this home. To buy it at $371,000 and then try to sell it for $500,000 1 month later is the epitome of greed. Now, they haven't had a buyer. So if you take a look as we scroll up here, they went from $499,000 to $489,000 to $475,000, and now it's at $450,000, and there's still no buyer. So this example just further proves that there's absolutely no rhyme or reason to the real estate market. It feels like the Wild West, where someone can buy a home for $371,000 and then try to sell it a month later for $500,000. It's the epitome of greed. And the reason why I keep finding these examples, guys, and all of these price reductions that are now happening is because, again, these sellers are trying to mark up these homes and they are not true value. So if you're thinking about buying a home, number one, be patient, sit tight. I think home prices are definitely going to continue to come down. And number two, if you are looking at a home, you need an experienced realtor to run the comps. You need an appraisal to make sure that you're bidding on a home that's a true value. So just to summarize everything, guys, what the media shows and tells us paints a very different picture from what is actually happening. I caution you strongly in listening to this kind of media propaganda, and I hope the information that I'm providing to you guys in this video is helpful, especially when it comes to the real estate market, and even more specifically, the Las Vegas real estate market, and seeing the kind of price changes that are now starting to happen. If you're thinking about buying a home anywhere in the country, but specifically here in the Las Vegas area, be patient because I see prices receding as we go through the rest of 2024. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video. Now, I actually have two this week that were really pretty shocking. I'm going to put both of them up here on screen and read them to you. Take a look at this. This first one is from Stephanie. She says, my rent in Orlando, Florida used to be $1,080 for a one-bedroom apartment. October of 2022, it went to $1,600. Now it's over $1,750. When does this madness end? My car insurance also just renewed and increased another $25 a month. And this second one is from Ray. These prices are ridiculous. My wife and I have a combined income of $180,000 to $185,000 a year. I make $140,000 myself, and I still cannot afford a home comfortably off my income to buy a $400,000 home. Even with my benefit of the VA loan, we both have credit scores of 750 plus. We don't have any kids or pets, and we are recently debt-free. You see, that's the reality a lot of people are living with right now, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're frustrated about, whether it's your grocery bill, your insurance rates, your rent prices, home affordability. Let me know what you're frustrated about. And my favorite comment from this week's video, I'm going to give a direct on-screen shout out to in next week's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I also hope you appreciate my transparency. Like I've said before, I'm always going to keep it 100% real on this channel regarding the overall real estate market, with specific emphasis here in the Las Vegas area. So again, guys, like I've been advocating in a lot of my previous videos, if you don't have to buy a high-ticket item right now like a home, don't do it. I think home prices going through 2024, especially the back half of 2024, are going to finally start to come down. More inventory is coming to market, so I definitely think you guys should be patient. Now, I know everybody's circumstances are different, so if you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas area, whether it's next month or next year, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. I'll see you guys in the next video.